This technique was given the opposite name of the effect it has. And it was one of the most put forth and masterly established which the masters had in common, so that, in the particular, there isn't anyone to whom we can credit it. And it was one of the first composed that was seen of their grand and arrogant intellect, making a mixed composed of 2 or 3, in which each one placed his greatest confidence, although all of them were subject to condition and dependent on the will of the opponent. Until today, the name of skilled swordsman or the honorable level of player have not been granted to anyone who does not know it, even though there wasn't an author who left a description of how it should be done. Some gave precepts about what one should not allow and how to free oneself from it. He goes on to mention the Lieutenant Falopia and Giganti and what they say about it. And he also, like I said, later calls it gaining in the air because of the lack of contact.
Okay, so let's take a look at this. Kevin is going to be our Italian for the day. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to ask each of you to execute this vulgar technique first, and then we'll come back and look at the counter. All right. Good. Up. And recover. So what is Kevin doing? Relax. Kevin's carrying his weapon over mine into the line of offense, right? He's going to take an advance into measure once he feels safe, and he's going to deliver the attack. Again, nice and easy, Kevin. I'm not wearing a jacket. And hop. That's it. And recover. First position. All right. Has anybody ever done that before? He looks Italian. Everybody give that a try. I want 3 of those apiece. Our vulgar technique. That is the one used by the Italians. All right, let's talk about this. We have some movements in here. Specifically, I want to think about the movements of his feet as he starts to step towards me with the gain, okay? The way that this class is going to work is we're going to break what he's doing down into motion and counter moving forward through time, all right? So the first thing he's going to do is he's going to get that gain. He's out of distance, but he's going to step forward. When he steps forward, I'm going to present him with a threat. All right, go ahead and gain. There we go. He's gaining in the air. It doesn't matter either way. All right, so what have I got that can address this question? First thing I have to do here is I want to place a tajo by bringing my point up and over his. Now I'm going to step into his weapon. Relax for a second, Kevin. Which comes first? Me moving forward or me protecting myself with the weapon? Wow, you guys are really bright. It's absolutely critical that you cover his weapon with a tajo from above with greater degrees of strength. Again, on guard. Cover and step. All right, now from here I'm going to take the steps 1, 2 and deliver a strike and out. Again, we've been drilling the footwork for this. Shouldn't be too bad. Just going to come in and whoop, that's me. See me getting killed? 1, 2, deliver the strike and out. All right, Kevin, you ready?
Okay.
Now, if Kevin's moving forward and thinking he's going to strike, I can set him up with this pretty easily because he feels comfortable. Go ahead. Especially if he's one of those people that moves forward quickly. The harder he moves forward, the harder he's going to eat it. What does that mean for you guys doing the drill?
Go slowly.
Be gentle with each other. Let's try this, okay? Come on guard, Kevin. Kevin's out of measure, all right? He wants to gain the weapon. Relax, come back. Kevin's going to gain first. Back. Don't move until I say so. Gain. Then he's going to step. The tempo of my action is cued on his step. All right, back again. So Kevin is my teacher, my instructor. It is the instructor's responsibility to set this up on guard. He's going to gain. 1. He's going to step. 2. That's my cue to go. 3, 4. Make sense? Let's do it. All right, Kevin, show me the initial attack again. Nice and easy. Ready? And up and back. That's what Kevin wants. This is what Kevin gets. And go. Right? Now, Kevin, in this case, Kevin's gone, right? let's say that he's got a little more space. He's going to panic and give me a parry in 4. All right, that's what I'm looking for. He's telling me what to do. I'm going to relax my arm, pass, and cut him. All right, I want to break this down by footwork first. Gaining step, transverse. We're going to make the threat. Nothing here has changed so far. When we get the parry, we're going to relax. We're going to pass around, 1, 2. We've already done this footwork before, right?
Yeah.
One more time. Gaining step, transverse, pass, 1, 2, and we're back in stance with our left hand out. Once more with the blades. All right, so one thing, I've still been seeing this. People are stepping into the blade without controlling it. You have to cover the adversary's weapon. Kevin, come on guard. And that's not so good for Spain. This is better. Right, he's gonna parry. Boom. 1, 2. Ready. Let's try this. All right, let's talk about our initial action. So, what we just looked at was called gaining in the air, right? It's a precursor to getting control of the line to deliver the lunge. The Spanish are going to call this the Botonazo. What Kevin's got now, he has control of the line, he's going to engage and attack. Bam! And back. Again, a little more vigor. That's it, and back. All right. A lot has been made of this specific attack. It can be very difficult to defeat. Let's see what the Spanish will do. And all right. Kevin just demonstrated something really important for us. Did I move towards him? I did a little bit. I took a tiny circular step off the line. All right, what that tiny circular step is going to do is change the blade relationship. If I was going to call him a Spaniard, at the point he's coming in, he has a tajo, right? He is superior in line and engagement. If I take a tiny circular step and I lead with my tip as he executes the attack, I can deliver my point to his face. It's about a change in who controls the line through a tiny step. You have to lead with the tip. Are you guys ready to try this?
Yeah.
Yes.
All right.
One more time.
Let me demonstrate one more time, Kevin. You just like watching me hit Kevin.
Yeah. That too. But that's a benefit.
Ready, and lead. All right. Be real gentle with each other on this.
Don't be like me.
Don't lunge like that. Lunge slowly, it's going to be fine. On guard. And go. That's good fencing too, right? You guys have incortada disease. All right, what I want you to do is step on the circle, very tiny step, right, left. Not this step. Not any form of that step. Again, this is our technique. Ready, and go. Ah, I did it! You interrupted me with your bad vulgar fencing. And go.
It's airborne.
That's it. Tiny little step. Front foot, back foot. Let's try it again. This is a common response to a technique of this kind. Go ahead and step out. All right, I'm not wearing a plastron or a jacket, so be gentle with me here. And come on in. Up. All right, you see how high that guard is? And back. So, and retreat once. And if I try to execute my technique against this, you see how he lifts his guard? All right, this is really a sweet spot for us. Let's talk about what we could do there. All right, come on. Let me actually, I'd rather just hit Kevin.
Okay.
So Kevin
You're the favorite.
All right, so Kevin's going to give me that little rising, that parry like that. From here, what I can do is a spiral from my inside into the weapon to my outside, Pass and strike it.